You're now watching Free Speech TV. I'm Latoya Peterson from Racialicious.com, and with me is Mike Lux from Democracy Partners and the author of the new book, The Progressive Revolution. So Mike, what exactly is the Progressive Revolution?
Well, it's the story of how progressive movements in this country from the very beginning of the country really founded the idea of democracy, and every bit of progress that's ever been made has been because of those movements, and including the freedom from Britain in the first place, abolition, women's voting rights, the environmental movement, the labor movement. All of these things that have happened have come about because progressives worked together and fought and forced politicians to make change. And it's the history of that movement and the debate between progressives and conservatives.
And so, considering how much power the conservatives have been able to amass in these coming years, why isn't that America is so concerned with at least, having the veneer of control over over what's happening in our world? I mean, corporate America is out of control, and yet you still see these people responding very positively to this conservative backlash, which will actually push the country backwards. Why is that happening?
Well, the biggest reason it's happening, of course, is the other side has enormous amounts of money, but they do a better job telling stories than our side do. We need to do a good job of telling the story about how the middle class in this country was built brick by brick by working people and by poor people working their way up the ladder. What the conservatives are trying to do is take the ladder away from everybody and just let the rich people control things and the rich corporations control things. We got to tell a better story about how it was us that made America great and how we need to change things. And I think we need to get into the streets. I mean, the Occupy Wall Street folks are doing a great job with that. If you look around the country, Van Jones talked yesterday about the American Dream movement. There's so many exciting things going on in this country right now, and we need to tell that story.
So you're talking about both a thought revolution and a streets revolution that need to occur in order for America to really get back on track. What are we working for, and what are we working toward, in this new digital era and this era where work is kind of exploding, this idea of who exactly we are? So what are we supposed to be working toward?
Well, with all the changes in media and technology, we're still working for the same things that progressives have always worked for. We're working for, a decent level of pay for people, good jobs and good wages. We're working for dignity at the workplace and at home. We're working to expand the middle class, to bring poor people and young people into the middle class rather than have them stifled at the bottom of the wage scale. Those are things that are part of the American story from the very beginning and need to continue to be. And we're fighting against these big banks and big corporations that have basically taken over the American government and taken over our lives, and we need to fight back against them.
We've been speaking to Mike Lux of Progressive Strategies and Democracy Partners about his new book, The Progressive Revolution. I'm Latoya Peterson for Free Speech TV. We're broadcasting live from the Take Back the American Dream conference. Stay tuned for more interviews.